welcome to another exciting episode of G.A.M.E, the show that covers games, arts, movies, entertainment, and everything else. I am your illustrious host, GQ. Today we're going to be talking about a great topic, but before we get into that, see that bar right down there at the bottom of the screen? Email us, Twitter us, hit us up on Instagram. Keep in contact with us, leave some comments on the video, let us know what you like, what you don't like, what we could improve on, what you want us to talk about. But let's get into our topic today. To my left, man himself, one of the premier racing game aficionados that I've ever seen in this world. Waffles, how you doing, man?
I'm all right, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. Good to see you. And to my right, a good friend of mine, known him for a long time, Great Daidakuji. How's it going today, sir?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. You know, pretty good today.
I always got to be great, because if I'm not great, then the great falls off. And then I got to go find it again.
Right.
Yeah, but you'll just say you'll be Daidakuji running around looking for the great.
Yeah, got to be the great Daidakuji. Yeah.
Fair enough. The great Daidakuji. All right, so today's topic, we're going to be talking about all of these extremely high-powered video game systems that we have. Xbox One for this gentleman, PS4 for this side of the table. Why are we getting all these games that we probably could have played on the Super Nintendo and some of these other older systems that are sitting in our closets right now? So, fellas, game on.
I think the reason you see them so much is because you don't need like a Hollywood budget to bring out, like, let's face it, the next gen games are nowadays, but all the graphics and all that, it's almost like a movie budget when it comes to making those games. You know, the AAA titles. You think they're so, I guess they must be so cheap to make, and the kits out there, they're so easy, you know, to program and make, you know, 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit looking games or flash games nowadays. So
okay,
just pumping them out like crazy nowadays.
I got you. So it's almost like you're getting a product of what the everyday man can probably make in their you know, in their home or with an independent studio or something.
Pretty
like
much,
that.
yeah.
Okay, great Daidakuji. What's your take on it, sir?
If okay, I understand the whole Hollywood budget thing. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, I get you. But if they're gonna come out with these retro games, don't put them on. If they're gonna be just downloadable, don't make them expensive. They should be like $5, $10 max, not 15, not 20. Because if it doesn't cost Hollywood budget to make these things, it shouldn't be Hollywood budget titles or prices or whatever.
When it gets to 20, that's kind of pushing it. Like,
yeah, it should be not even close. I mean, some of those games I've noticed, it's like, okay, these things right here, these tablets, iPads, iPhones, right, are reigning supreme for when they make these games, and then they're porting them to PlayStation 4. And I'm going,
oh, you mean like Star Wars Angry Birds for the PS4?
Yeah, and I'm going,
and
what?
Xbox One, I think, has it as well.
What are they doing? I mean, like, if you put, they're trying to make it like, you're buying this system because of the power that's in it. So, you know, just showcase some of that stuff. I understand that it costs a bunch, but that should be what's driving the system. And in some cases, it kind of is, but the majority of games that seems to be coming out that, well, they're all fun. I mean, for the most part, is like they're coming out with a lot of the retro, or not even retro to the point where they're old school. I mean, they got those, but then they got just the really.
But yeah, it's so much where it's dominating the next market. Like, it's more retro than arcade type games.
I would definitely have to agree with you there, because it seems like we've been all of us have been sitting here waiting for, you know, the game, for our system, and it's like, I've been playing Mercenary Kings and Splunky and some of these other games. It's like, that's not gonna, I didn't buy a $400 box for that.
Right.
I could have had that game, like I said, back in the Super Nintendo era. So, you know, it's kind of messed up that, yes, they're fun, like you said, but the only reason I'm even giving them a chance is because I'm getting a lot of them free on PlayStation Plus, to be honest. Because, you know, some of them I wouldn't give them a second look. If, you know, like you said, you got to pay $20 for them, or, you know, somewhere in that price range. Now, $5, yeah, not so bad. But, yeah, $20 is kind of ridiculous. Now, of those games that you guys are seeing, what are some of your favorites, though?
It's a lot, because like me and him, we love those type of games.
Yeah, I do.
But like Super Time Force, it's like Contra and Metal Slug, but you get a minute to beat each stage, and you have to rewind time. Like, each time you get killed, you get like 30 men, and then you just, when you rewind them up to that point, the characters, it plays through what they did. So
Oh, so whatever you did at before that moment or whatever, the ghost comes back and does the same thing.
until they get killed, or
Oh, okay.
until you actually set it to be one, you unlock all types of characters, and it gets crazy when you watch the whole replay and you see all these people moving around, shooting stuff, and you can save some of them too. Like if you come back and you see them about to get shot, you go in front of them, and you can save them getting shot, and then you get another life from them, and then it's one of those thinking
So in other
action
words,
puzzle games.
it's one of those creative games that the big studios would never have made. So the only way you are going to get is independent developers going to put that out there.
Right.
So, Ray Dr. Kuji, what's one of yours, man?
Guacamelee.
Wow, I should have known.
Guacamelee, when that came out, I mean, I'm a fan of Metroidvania.
Can't go wrong with those games.
And if you don't know what Metroidvania are, it's a combination of Metroid-style games and Castlevania, which was Symphony of the Night. But Guacamelee, when that came out on PlayStation 3, it was exclusive to PlayStation 3 and Vita, where you could do the cross-save. To me, was just phenomenal. First game I've ever platinum. And then they bring it out on PlayStation 4, and I'm going, why did you guys do this to me?
Oh yeah, with all the costumes.
Yeah, and then they got everything else, and I was like, I think I'm gonna wait till it becomes one of those freemium. I don't know if that's the proper term for it, where it's free through PlayStation Plus, but then you can buy all the extra stuff if you want to, if they have extra stuff to buy.
Yeah, or like you get the base game, and then you can kind of.
Yeah, because they might release it, because that's the only way I think I'm gonna play through it. I mean, it was fabulous to play. And I would love to do it again, because I think they added more levels or another level or something to it, but I don't want to pay for it again, especially not $15.
Yeah, I mean, again, and it comes back, like you said, it's unless they add a ton more to it to give some more value out of it, you've already, like you said, played through the game.
Oh,
so
yeah.
there's no real point in, kind of beating a dead horse in that sense. So now we're looking at, like we said, the games that they're having, free PlayStation Plus stuff, free Xbox Live stuff. I mean, with a lot of the independent developers going that route, what are some of the, I don't know, maybe some of the older franchises that have kind of made their way, from last generation, basically getting the HD upgrade? What are some of the ones that you think either they should be doing, or some of the ones that they should have just left alone and focused on something else?
That's a tough question, because some of the things that independent developers should be doing, because we say we like the retro games, but I think they should try to focus on trying to innovate something that actually shows power of the system. And it's I understand that drawing 2D graphics is easier, but
No, but I'm not so much, no, I'm not really so much approaching it from the sense of the indie developers. I'm talking about the big
developers, period.
Yeah, because, we're getting a whole bunch of back catalog games coming back as HD.
Oh, you mean?
Oh, I see, what Nintendo is doing.
Yeah. Which ones would you like to either see, and which ones should have just kind of be left alone? Because I mean, again, for example, the Resident Evil 4. No, I'm sorry, the Resident Evil remake.
Oh yeah, the GameCube.
Remade after the GameCube, and the GameCube's what, 2 generations back. Yeah. And then the only thing they're doing is they're upping the the graphics a little bit or whatever.
Oh,
but
that's the new big thing.
Back.
Yeah, that's the new big thing now, is HD remakes of all the games, because they did Sleeping Dogs, they did Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. I can go on all day of all the HD remakes.
Yeah,
even Last of Us, and I'm like,
Dead or Alive, they're coming up with Dead or Alive.
Really? It's
system.
I was a little bit upset about The Last of Us, because I was just about to buy it, and then it says, oh, we're gonna bring it on PlayStation 4, and I'm like,
with all the stuff.
Yeah, and I'm like, what? I mean, it's they're just, these systems right now is not. It's like how back in the day when you had non-HD stuff. Even though the last generation was HD, now they're like, oh well, this is real HD. We're gonna make everything HD again. I'm like, but you just put it on a system that can do HD.
Back in my 360.
Yeah. So why do I need an HD remake of something that's already HD? I mean, they were doing that from the PlayStation 2 stuff to PlayStation 3, but now they're doing PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4.
So it's like Pimp My Game then. They're taking your game, and they're taking your game, but we're gonna HD your game and put your game inside your game.
Yeah, just like that.
What they're doing. I mean, it's getting kind of ridiculous in my opinion. And now one of the ones that I am glad is coming to the new systems is Skullgirls. Because Skullgirls actually might add the ability to put, play your joystick, from your PS3 era joysticks or, Xbox 360 joysticks on your new systems. Because that's something that they haven't done yet.
Because I was watching some videos, and the guy Mike Z, he said like, you know, the stick is an investment. You know, you don't want to go out and buy another one for, you know, $150, $200. You know, like, and, you know, like the sticks are people's babies. You know, people customize them and all that stuff. So they kind of know once you're going out and buying another one.
We got to get some shots of the ones that you do.
Yeah.
Because the customization you do is awesome. But I mean, it's like you said, it's something you've already spent, you know, in many cases, $50+ on. Why am I, you know, relegated to just playing that on my old systems with my old games? I got, you know, like you said, Skullgirls is coming out, and what was it, Injustice Definitive or whatever it was.
Guilty Gear.
Yeah. So there's a lot of, you know, a lot of things that it's like, I want to be able to, you know, reuse some of this equipment. I don't want to always keep going out.
If it's a controller, okay, but a joystick, you know, or a steering wheel, or any other.
It's a USB connection. You know, it's you change the drivers a little bit and let's go.
It's one of those quick buck things that they're trying to do. It's like let's make a quick buck.
And not as bad as it used to be with all the, oh well, you got to buy this our brand hard drive now. You know, now you can just buy any hard drive.
But except for Xbox One, you can't buy any. You can't upgrade the hard drive. You can buy external one, but you can't upgrade the one that's on the
internal.
Yeah.
I mean that's one thing Sony did. They did a little bit of future thinking on that because of the way that they just made it a regular laptop drive. So I mean that's a whole different topic. I mean, but again, it's now let's go back to the one that is going to make me probably end up getting an Xbox One is Killer Instinct. Because that was the first time you ever got the true arcade perfect version. But again, that's a game that was supposed to have came out back on the Ultra 64. So, you know, what's up with that?
And I think that's one of the things that drove, the companies know that gamers like us like the old stuff. And, you know, you don't want to pull out your old system and hook it up to the TV because not everything works as well. Sometimes you have to have an old TV, you put it into a new TV, and it just doesn't work. So I think that's one of the reasons why they're saying, well, let's give them what they want with the retro stuff. But it's like, okay, thank you. Thank you for doing it now, finally. But like, it's like, if I'm gonna buy your high price system, you know, make those really inexpensive games like Killer Instinct. The new one, I don't know what they call it, just Killer Instinct. That one's free, right? And you get the arcade one with it.
You can get it free, or you can pay $20 just for the game, or you pay $40 for the game and the old game.
Oh, so you don't.
And it comes with unlocks all the costumes.
Okay. See, that's what
so it's like a season pass deal.
Sort of. No, well, you buy the whole season too. Yeah, when they unlock the characters, you know, they come out as they release the characters.
So you've had Killer Instinct since day one. But you still have not been able to play.
I got all season 1 characters.
So it's an episode. You gotta wait through the episodes.
And they're coming out with 3 seasons.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So I'll wait till they finish.
There are 3 Killer Instinct arcade games, so they have no. Never mind. That is disgusting. And again, fellas, we'll have to bring this one back one of these days because I'm sure by the time Batman Arkham Knight comes out, best game ever.
Oh, it looks like it's gonna showcase system.
By the time that game comes out, we'll see how many retro games are still, you know, being kicked around. But again, for the great Dadikuji, for Waffles, if you're out there, hit us up. Game Show Chat, the email is right down there. Leave your comments even further down in all the comment section. Let us know what you think. For fellas, this has been a great show, great topic. It's been a pleasure speaking with you guys as always. Email us, hit us up, Instagram, and use the hashtag Culture Junkies to get on the conversation. Game over.
Ultimate awesome victory!